Here are my early thoughts on every Sweet 16 game. Thought Ole Miss had a bad matchup against Iowa State, but it did not matter. They had an amazing offensive game, but now I actually think they have a pretty good matchup against Michigan State because the Rebels do a great job of forcing their opponents to shoot three-pointers, and Michigan State is one of the worst shooting teams left in the tournament. It's only a matter of time before they run into someone that is hot shooting the ball, and they cannot make a shot. It is going to burn them the same way it did to the Red Storm. I'm in love with this Kentucky team. I bet them in both rounds of this tournament, but they have to do something really difficult, which is beat the same team 3 times in one season. But I do think they're good enough to do it. They've gotten to a point where they're underrated defensively and they're better offensively than Tennessee. They're so efficient scoring the basketball. Usually when a 1 seed survives a pretty big scare, they wake up in the next round. I think that's what we're going to see here with Florida. And to be honest, Maryland did not deserve to win that game against Colorado State. Came back at the end, win it at the buzzer. I could see a letdown for them, and I could see Florida waking up and flipping the switch back on. I simply don't think Arizona's defense is good enough to stay within single digits against Duke in this game. The vibes that I get from Duke are the same vibes that I got from UConn over the past 2 seasons, where it's basically any number less than 10 and you can comfortably bet them. Normally at this point, I would look to fade a team like Arkansas, who has pulled off back-to-back upsets, and I bet them in both games, but I actually do think they can hang with Texas Tech because they've got things that other teams would kill for: a great experienced head coach, a very strong defense, and now kind of an underrated offense. A lot of raw talent on this team. I think this is going to be a much tighter game than people think. BYU versus Alabama should be a shootout, and that is the type of game that Alabama needs to have success. Both teams can score a lot of points, but Bama is just much better at doing exactly what BYU wants to do. I think they're going to pull away in this game. Starting to have a little bit of a soft spot for Michigan because I'm perfect betting on them so far in the tournament, but I think you have a little bit of value on Auburn here at any number below 8. If this were to get high enough, like maybe 9, 9.5, I would look to the Michigan side. Before the tournament, Houston was thought to be the most vulnerable 1 seed, and we didn't really see any glimpse of it until the final minutes against Gonzaga. Now, I don't think Purdue's going to win this game, but they have something unique that Houston hasn't seen yet. You're going to have one of the best pick and roll duos in college basketball, and as much as this is going to be a test for Purdue's offense, this is going to be a test for that Houston defense as well. I think this is low-key one of the best matchups of the entire Sweet 16. I think it's a close game.